Now we shall discuss about communalism. As we have discussed about the religion, the role of religion in politics. Now when we refer to the word called communalism, it refers to a particular section of people. So these section of people who are either being attached with a religion or being attached for a particular segment, that makes them to feel that this categorization leads to the concept of communalism. Most of the times in politics we have getting added the concept of religion over and interlinked with the politics. So religion and politics are hand in hand, must be followed. This is the view expressed by Mahatma Gandhiji. But we already discussed clearly that Mahatma Gandhiji's views on this are very clear. He did not mention the concept of any religion to be followed. He generally made a statement concluding that all religions will have guidelines towards the moral values and the ethical values which has to be followed also in politics. But when we refer to the communalism, in most of the times, at the cost of the interest of the other sections of the people, a particular religion will be focused and made as a national religion. When a nation is referred to a particular religion, when a section of people are referred or based on a particular religion, then the issue turns to be political. So the religious issues, the religious symbols, the religious slogans which are used to politicalize the situations are known as communal politics. So religion getting added into politics leads to communal politics. So when the communal politics enters the scene here, any particular religious people may express the feeling that the communal politics are going on. That too in a country like India, where most of the Indians follow the religion of communal politics. Like before the time of the elections, they use the symbols of the particular religious party, claiming or making the people to get scared, like if we are not voting or not favoring to this particular party, we may be considered as like we are going against the will of the God. And in India we also have certain particular political parties claiming their origin or basis to be the true Hindu parties, true religious parties and all. So this also adds flavor to develop the concept of communal politics all over the Indian political system. So let us discuss in large what are the key aspects that influence the communal politics. So as we discussed earlier, the communal politics. The communal politics let us now try to understand how is the communal politics being established. The base for the communal politics is religion. So when the religion gets added to the politics within the community, this turns to be communal politics. So when the communal politics are in progress, we need to understand that most of the people, those who follow the same religion, will have to follow certain same categories of set of rules. So when they are following the same set of rules, they all will be considered as one community people. So this one community people, generally when they follow the same religion and they have the same set of rules to be followed, they all have the same similar kind of mindset. So we can brush it away the differences what we are having earlier, or we can also say or conclude that the points of some particular differences, or they may not be having the same similar ideas, when I talk about the same religion, they may be having a similar thought process, similar ideas. But it is not true always that the same religious people or same community people will have same thoughts. The same religious people may also have certain differences on certain issues. When the issues, basing on the way people react to it, basing on the way they take it, also varies from one situation to the other situation. But most of the times we have the common binding issues which they have the similar attitudes to address them. And now when we discuss about the different religions, we also have an opinion that if a particular people who follow a particular religion are in the one community group, we also consider that let us take different religions. The different religions people will obviously lead to different communities. Different religions people obviously will be leading to different communities. As per the analysis what we have developed now, communal politics develops with the introduction of the religion in the concept into the community. The same religious people will always, almost same time or most of the time, they have the same thoughts, similar ideas, and one community people, they all are treated as one section people. But when it comes to different religious people, have to be considered as different communities around for them, and these different religions and different communities make us to think about the differences of people existing in the same society. And when the things are like similar, or we consider that different community people can also have a similar kind of ideology, the question arises is that is it true always that the same religious people will have the same kind of thought process? Is it true? No, not always. So, even if you are following the same religion, you may be different on different thoughts on the different issues. In the same way, different religious people may also have the similar ideas on certain issues. So, basing on the issue, the people would like to react rather than considering them that whether we belong to that religion or not, whether we belong to that category or not, whether we belong to that particular section group or not. But they also consider generally taking into consideration the issues rather than the personalized feelings. But the extreme phase of communal politics leads to a situation where it gives us a picture that different religious people cannot live in a one nation. This is the way it can be developing the most extreme phase of communalism. The extreme phase of communalism can lead to a situation where the different religious people cannot live in one nation. The situations are like this. So, let us now brief out the things which are happening actually around the communal politics. Communal politics is something but which has connected with politics to religion, and the religion, if the same people or same religious people will almost have the same community recognition like Hindu people, Muslim people, Christian people, like that. So, when it comes to the same community people or one community group, then we may expect them to be on the guidelines or similar ideas would be there for a particular section of people. And when it moves to the other side of the same coin, we also can get that most of the times they have the same thoughts. But if different religious people are also there, we come to the general conclusion that we have different communities. But at times we also have the people having the different religious people having the same kind of opinions on different issues which are coming up. But the extreme phase of communal politics is that the situation where different religious people cannot live in one nation. This is the extreme phase of communalism. Thank you. Now, how can communalism take different forms in the politics? As we have discussed how the political scenario can turn, now let us take only in the political scene. How does communalism get involved? Most of the times we see the religious practices and prejudices. So the people are connected with the first connect of religion, that is religious practices and religious prejudices. When we discuss about the religious practice and religious prejudices, we are connecting the concept here that most of the times they have the idea of following the same kind of customs, same kind of traditions, because they follow the same set of rules and regulations which are connected to their particular religion. And when we talk about the second major incident, that is one religion, when one religion is in majority, let us take in India. So when the one religion is in majority, automatically it turns towards dominance or takeover or the other religion. So when one religious group people are in majority, obviously they would have a chance to take over the other religions. This would lead to the takeover of the minority religious group. So the minority religious group people are actually facing problem when the majority people would try to encash them or would like to force certain decisions or would like to get some kind of recognition from the minority group, because the majority will always have a mob following for them. And we also can see that when the majority of people are present of a particular section or particular religious group people, that would lead or attract the political leaders to make it as a political mobilization. As we just now discussed that the majority of the people are of a particular community or particular religious people, the political mobilization will also happen because here they are appealing to the larger community of people in order to get their vote share towards in favor by making an emotional appeal. By making an emotional appeal using the religious symbols, using the religious gods names, and all these things makes the people, force them to get attracted towards their religion, and it will also be binding them in their consciousness that they need to have certain prescribed rules and regulations, or they need to follow the party because this party represents our particular religious group. Let us for example take MIM party, which is a Islam party, and which also most of the Muslims get connected to this party rather than Hindus. In this way, we also can give an example of political mobilization. And when we discuss about the communal violence, the communal violence is the extreme phase of the communalism. The communal violence happens when the religion or when a nation is divided on the basis of a religion. Let us take the partition of India and Pakistan as an example in the year 1947, when India and Pakistan got divided. There was a severe outbreak of the communal violence at the border areas where Hindus and Muslims were in conflict with each other. Not only this, when the partition of India happened, there was a severe conflict, but also even after the post period of the independence movement or independence, after India got independence and Pakistan got independence also, there was a severe situation where the communal violence went on to the extreme phases at various examples. Let us take when the issue happened with the Indira Gandhi's case, the Sikh community people were targeted. When the things happened with the Babri Masjid issue, then the Hindus and Muslims were again at clash with each other. So these kind of things automatically made the people to become violent basis on the religion. So the basis for communal violence is always a religion. Communalism itself gets attracted by the politics because then the politicians need the people to get attracted towards their own point of views by making some emotional appeal and make them to get connected towards their political party in order to be in power. So now communalism in politics can take any shape, like religious practices which connects the people. A particular political party can organize by having a religious ideas or issues and share the things, like for example Babri Masjid conflict. In Hindus can claim that the Hindu Ayodhya region has been taken over by the Muslims. Muslims also can promise that yes, we are going to get back the land of Babri Masjid. So like this kind of promises made by the political leaders will obviously influence that particular mob or section of the people who are following that particular religion, and would also easily get connected because of the scenes or the situations which are appealing to them emotionally. And then one religion people, if a particular religious people are in majority, obviously that would lead the people to get attracted towards them, or the people of the majority religion are to be attracted by the political leaders in order to gain of the elections policies. So they would like to attract from the major political party or major religious groups towards the major political parties. Let us take in India, we have an appeal for the Hinduism, Hindu parties, or people like to brand themselves as a Hindu party rather than a Islam party, Muslim party, or any other Christian parties. Then we also have the political mobilization happening. Political leaders always try to encash the situations and use religion also as a source for them to get their voting share. And later we have the communal violence which has broken out in the issues of India and Pakistan partition, and even before the partition and even after the partition also we have seen the severe phase or extreme phase of communalism or communal violence happening. And we are all the live witness people, because even today in many parts of Jammu and Kashmir we have the Hindu-Muslim conflict going on. So the communal violence is an extreme phase which was not at all happy phase for any of them in any corner of the world in respect to the communalism issues. So as we discussed about the role of communalism in politics and how would the terms be changing in specific reference to political science, now we shall also analyze the situations. How did the government of India or how did the Indian constitution address the issue? So the point is, like, communalism was always, still it is a major challenge to a democratic country like India, where we have different religious people staying together on the same land. That is the reason why, and because basing on the past experiences of India and Pakistan partition, the communal outbreak, the Indian constitution framers have clearly decided that we would not like to have any particular religion favored by the government, or let us be call it as a official religion. Let us take example in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, Buddhism is considered to be the official religion declared by the government in the constitution, and in Pakistan we have Islam, but India is declared as a secular state. India has been declared as a secular state. What does the word mean, secular state mean? India is a country, mentioning it as a secular state. What is the concern of using the word state here? So here we have two words, that is secular and state. So when we talk about the word of secular, secular leads to no official religion declared by the government or by the constitution. And in terms of civics, when we discuss about state, in political science, state means to nation. State refers to the word called nation, which means like no official religion in this nation. So there is equality for all religions, whether you may be a Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Parsi, Sikh, Zoroastrian, Jains, whomever you may be, you all have the same equal status in regards to the constitution on respect to the religion. And in this way, India also propagates the concept of freedom to all the people to practice any religion, and also to have an idea that whatever they would like to propagate without pressurizing anybody, they can propagate it individually or as a community. Altogether, they have the freedom to practice any religion, to propagate any religion, and also to profess any religion of their liking, willing, or consent. And would also have the situation which is open and clear to all the people according to the institution, that we have freedom to follow any religion. For example, if you are born and brought up in a particular religion and you would like or you are interested in changing your religion, it is completely your personal affair to change your religion, and the state do not have anything to do with this. So the freedom is also given to exchange your religion or to move on to any particular religion which you would like to do, rather than binding yourself to follow a particular religion. So in this way, not only this, and Constitution also ensures that they would like to give the status of equality to all the people in regards to the issue of whatever that, let us take in Hinduism. In Hinduism, we have again the caste discrimination. So all the followers of Hinduism should be given the freedom of having the equal status in the society. That's what the Constitution tries to ensure, what is necessary for them, by giving them the standards of banning any kind of discrimination. And if anybody would like to discriminate on the basis of religion or caste or anything, they are eligible, or they would get the effect of the punishment which is given by the Constitution. So this is made very clear that equality is a main motto of the Constitution framers and the basic principle to have in India. India is a secular state. India is also like to propagate the concept of equality to all the people. And the next one is, the Constitution clearly states that India is a secular state. But only mentioning in the Constitution does not make it clear that there would not be any communal violence in India. So communalism has to be combated severely. So the communalism has to be combated severely, so that the issue would not go on anything like the disturbance to the basic structure of India, because India basis itself has experienced, like in the initial years itself, India has been experiencing, when India and Pakistan had been partitioned, we all have seen the communal violence happening to a very large extent. So India itself, as soon as it got independence, decided that this kind of communal violence should not be in further future nearby. So they decided to have a secular state, and that should be combated, and the communal violence has to be checked severely and seriously. Though communalism has been a major challenge and would be again a major challenge for the coming years, as the people started to migrate from one region to another region, there is a kind of diversity where earlier we used to have a homogeneous community, people like same religion people, same language people, same section people living, staying together at a particular region. But today the situations are far away from reality because of the immigration concept or migration concept of people from one region to another region. It automatically makes them to migrate from one region to another region because of various reasons. So obviously we have the combination of various communities, various religious, various categories of people staying together. So this would automatically attract the situation of having a secular state in India. Was a very good move made by the Indian Constitution framers, but they should also ensure that no particular religion would try to dominate the other religion, and the communalism feeling has to be checked and combated. To further, it should not make up or break up into any communal violent issues. The third major important issue which is in the entire India, which brings Indian society different from the other societies, is the caste system. we have seen the differences of issues regarding to gender. There is the first major division in the society which generally you find it everywhere, every corner of the world. Next thing is religion, which now turned to be a communal violent issue or the growth of communalism. The third major division what we have in India, which separates the India from the other societies, is the caste system. Caste division is not based from the modern period, it is based from the ancient period. From the ancient society onwards, we have the inclination towards the caste. Caste system actually was formed on the theories of fourfold theories expressed by Manudharma Shastra, written by Manu in 1st century AD, which clearly brings the differentiation of there was a fourfold caste system. Caste system, which is based on the occupations they do. If you do the prayers to the people, to the gods, duties to the gods, to the deities and all these things, purohits, these people are called as purohits. If you do or fight for war for the cause of the society, you are known as a kshatriya. When you do agriculture or business, it is called as vaishyas. And the last category who does not do all these things come under the category of sudras. So this was the ancient definition of caste system, which now got changed completely because the caste system by this basic division has evolved out to be like this particular caste people having a certain set of rules and regulations, have a common dining, have a common culture relation sharing, and they would like to marry within their own community people, their own caste people, their own tribe people, and like to continue the same system from many generations. This has been followed. The same with the case of the Kshatriyas, they would like to have the marital bonds between their own caste people, which also tries to continue the same relation further, having certain set of rules which are applicable to that particular caste or tribe people, which they used to continue for the next generations. But now, because of the rapid growth of the modernization in the aspects of like urbanization, as we all know, urbanization means the growth of the number of cities. In cities, we have the people, those who migrated from the villages and settled in cities. So it's not only from one particular village the people have migrated here. People from various other villages have migrated to this region. Not only from our state, from various other states they have migrated. So this urbanization concept has initially brought the people from various corners to a particular place, maybe in search of job or maybe in search of some other thing. But urbanization has led to the modern development of the cities, towns into larger cities. Then we have the growth of the education concept, where the basic structure of the caste system has been questioned. Why is this caste system done like this? What is the basis to have a caste system? Why should we have the caste system basing on the occupation you do? Because most of the traditional occupations are being left out by the people, those who are actually inclined to the caste system. And then we have the people moving towards the new occupations. So because of the new occupations what they have, the old traditional occupations based on the caste system were been eliminated and the new occupations have been stepped in. This initially brought to the development of a larger outer look and change in the mindset of the people towards the scene of the caste system. Earlier people used to have a common dining only with their own caste people. They would like to share only within their own caste group. They would like to be connected with their own caste things. They would like to have marital bonds within their own group. So these all things started to get diffused slowly. If a person who is 100 years before used to live in India would come now, he would find a different India. initially there was a complete restriction on having talk to each other, sharing with each other, discussing with each other and all these things, but as the time passed on, we got the new developments stepping up and further changes coming in seriously. And now we also have the major changes coming up, like when the new education system has come, the urbanization policy has come, traditional occupations have been left out by the people and new occupations were being taken up by the people, which also gave boost by the caste system. The caste system has been severely questioned and condemned by the constitution literally, because there is no concept of discrimination against anybody on any issue, because caste system has been completely banned. And according to the Article 17, the Article 17 has been discussed thoroughly with all the people, and it has been finalized and told to all the people, like any form of untouchability or discrimination basing on a religion or a caste would be completely considered as a crime against humanity, and he is eligible to get a punishment from the constitutional rights, which makes all the people to feel free to go approach to the constitution and make sure that if any kind of discriminations are going against them, they can appeal to the constitutional framers, or they can move to the judicial laws or courts and get their work done basing on the situation. So these are the things which are necessary for them to understand the issue seriously. Now the caste system has not been wiped out permanently, because one more reason why we have the emergence of the caste bonds becoming weak is the growth of the middle class people. The middle class people were started to grow up to a larger scale because of the improvement in the new jobs and the economic status of them. So the economic status of those people started to be made them to become little bit free from the economic terms, like financially they were independent. They started to follow their own rules. They did not bind themselves to the higher caste people or the lower caste people. So the growth of the middle class people has also changed the face of the society, and the migration of the people from one region to another region because of urbanization also has changed the outlook of the cities. So these all have grown day to day larger, and today we can see a society where the caste influence is really very less. But of course we have the influence of caste system even today in the society. Now let us try to understand how is the caste system playing its role in politics. But still today we have connection of caste system towards the economic status of the people, that's for clear. But let us now try to find out how is caste system getting connected to politics. When we discuss about the caste system, how is caste getting politicalized? What is the role of caste in politics? So when we take this point, when the political parties are making the candidates to stand, so in politics we have political parties. So when the political parties have to make the candidates to stand for the elections, they choose on the basis of the caste sentiments. So when they decided that this particular caste people are in majority in that particular constituency of a parliament segment, then they would like to give preference for the candidates who are from that particular caste. So this is one of the basic thing where the caste plays a very dominant role in politics. So the caste sentiments are being encashed by the political parties in order to get gains from that particular caste community people. But if you look at the segment, no parliamentary segment or constituency have a particular caste people only dominating the entire scene in the entire India. Out of the 543 parliamentary constituencies, no constituency is having a clearly mentioning that this particular caste people only can get voting for you. So from this point it is very clear that no one caste sentiments or one party sentiments or one religion sentiments can encash you to become a parliamentarian. So you need to get at least 2 castes or 3 castes support for you in order to win in the elections. And in case if you feel that this particular candidate has won the elections by getting the caste sentiments, obviously we would get a doubt that why the ruling party members, MPs and sitting MLAs would lose the elections. The sitting MLAs and the sitting MPs, why would they lose the elections if they are already proven that they have the opinion or the majority of the support of a particular caste group people? The issue is that in most of the times, yes, the political parties would like to give preference for the people, those who have inclination towards a particular caste, and depending on the majority of the people, those who are there in that particular caste, they would like to take the opinion from them and try to put the candidate to appeal to the caste sentiments of the people to encash them and to win in the elections. But it is not always right. Why means no parliamentary segment would have the majority of the people coming from the same segment, and in the same way no ruling party MLA or MP would lose the elections if the situations are like that. But often in India we find that the same ruling party candidate would lose the elections and would happen to have many other things on a sequence. So like this it will be happening in a continuous chain. So only the caste system would not be the major issue. Yes, we have a word called vote bank politics. When the vote bank politics are being mentioned clearly, that means that in order to encash the votes of the particular caste people, political parties always would try to play the cards of using the caste system, religion and gender, and try to make the things politicalized. This we can study under the heading of politics influencing caste or using caste. So it is not the caste entering into politics, but the political leaders itself will use the caste to politicalize that one and to make sure that the issues are being politicalized and they get the larger benefits of the particular caste group people. And also we have the categorization in the castes like forward caste and backward castes. So the forward caste people and the backward caste people, this division, and we also have the division according to the constitution like the scheduled caste people, scheduled tribe people. So these all makes the divisions of the caste system also to get empowered in the politics, because in India we have certain seats reserved for certain categories of people like scheduled caste and the scheduled tribal people. So this also reveals for that constitutionally also they need to get certain support, because in order to end the discrimination basing on the caste, that particular caste people have to be brought into light and provide certain kind of benefits for them in order to make their particular caste people to economically grow well, equal to the backward caste and the forward caste people whom so called forward and backward castes are there. So because of this kind of steps taken by the constitutional authorities during the initial framing status of the constitution, this has made the people of Dalits and OBC categories of people to be the dominant role in the Indian political scenario. You need to have the support of more than 2 or 3 caste people, but the major share you get from the adding of the Dalit votes or the OBC votes, which will bring a change in the political structure or the change in the government structure, because the governments change for every term and the ruling parties will often lose the elections basing on the split of the votes of the SCs and the STs and as well as the OBC categories of the people. But there are also views that always focusing on the caste system is not right. Because of too much focus on the caste system, gender discrimination, religious issues. So gender, religion and caste issues will seriously make the concerns towards the basic requirements of the problems to be undermined. like poverty, terrorism, and all these things leading towards the lack of development. So these kind of the basic issues have to be addressed very clearly in order to solve the problems, and we should not localize ourselves regarding the solving of the issues of the caste sentiments, caste issues and all these things, but our larger goal is to eliminate poverty from the nation, eliminate the terrorism from the nation, and to bring the nation into the lines of development and to achieve the larger scale of development on a larger scale, to make India to be a well developed nation, not confining India itself to fight itself in the communal violence, on the gender issues or various other small challenges which are real time challenges to the democracy, but we have to learn how to overcome these challenges and to become a very good developed nation by developing all the sections and all the categories of the people. So now we also have the tensions growing up because of the caste system, which may lead to tensions, conflicts and violence. So when the concept of tensions will rise, how can the concept of tensions rise? Because of the caste system. If one particular caste people started to dominate the other caste people, obviously in order to make them to understand like they are inferior than us, we are superior than them, it would lead to conflict between the two caste groups. Then tensions will arise, which always results in the conflicts and sometimes into the form of the violent methods, or violence will break out in the different caste groups. So we not only the gender issues, not only the religious issues, not only the caste issues, any issue which is a challenge to the democracy must have to be taken care properly, and it has to be addressed very clearly, otherwise we would be in trouble in the modern form of democracy. But when we ask or discuss about the caste system, we clearly understood that how can caste be politicalized? Why is caste being politicalized? Caste is being politicalized because of political parties which are in India. We have many political parties in India. Any party which would like to come to power in politics or to like to form a government, ultimately they would like to get the majority support of the people of a majority caste group people, not only the majority religious people, majority gender people like men and women, but also the majority caste people. Basing on these number of people in that particular caste, they would like to make it a vote bank for them from that particular caste, like 2 castes or 3 castes together. They would like to make an vote bank politics depending on the situation. But the actual reality is no parliamentary segment or a constituency have a clear majority of a particular caste group people. So it is very clear they need to get at least 2 or 3 caste groups in support to them, then only the candidate can win the elections in the parliamentary segment or in the legislative assembly segment. Then when we move on to the politicalization of the caste, so caste do not approach to anybody, but the politics itself comes to caste group people in order to acknowledge them, like we are taking you into politics because you are representing from that particular caste. So automatically caste system is being dragged into politics according to the situation. And it also happens to the issue of using the words like forward caste and backward caste and the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe, which is given in the constitution itself, like Dalits, OBCs and all. So these are further added on to the caste system in the political system arena, like having this particular group people into our favor, like Dalits or the OBCs would get an additional benefit or a clear margin victory over the other things. But sometimes we also need to remember that if you focus more on the gender issues, you focus more on the religious issues and on the caste considerations, we are undermining the actual real development issues like poverty, to eliminate the poverty, to eliminate the terrorism and to eliminate or to make India to be a developed nation. And also we need to remember clearly that tensions may be caused because of caste conflicts, and that may sometimes lead into violent methods. So in this unit we have thoroughly discussed about the caste issues, and we also need to remember that the only caste basis of a candidate would not make him to win, and there are again divisions on the caste system also, because there are divisions like men and women, higher caste and lower caste people, rich people and the poor people in the same caste. So it doesn't clearly reveals us that the only that particular caste influence would help him to win the elections, but sometimes it may be adding on to the candidate basing on his candidature. But still we need to remember that it is a major challenge to the Indian democracy, not only Indian democracy, to any democracy. So gender discrimination, communalism, and then we have the religious discrimination or religious conflicts, where India has to take a stand to be a secular state, and we also have caste politics. So these three are the major challenges of modern democratic system. Will it be in India? We have the caste also in India, but when it comes to the other nations or across the world, we have the gender issue discrimination and also the religious issue discriminations happening across the world. So the modern day challenges for democracy are, one is a major one is gender issues, the other one is the religious conflicts. Let us hope India can successfully manage all the issues and turn to be a developed nation by giving a equitable and natural share which is justifiable to all the sections of the people, and all sections of the people should be able to get their natural share in the development and would like to be an active participative members and contribute their effective role to make the initiative of developing India from their own point of view, and everybody would contribute their own expressions or their own way by developing themselves and also be a part of developing nation.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.